everyone, welcome back to Turf Morehouse TV. And if you're wondering where the flags have gone, they are downstairs. I've had to come upstairs and try and do this live today just because it's 3 o'clock. I've got to, the kids finish at 3:30. It is a 3 o'clock kickoff. And like I say, the kids would be a bit of a hindrance, wouldn't they, if I went live and I was downstairs and they came in and like, "Hi, Dad, how's everything okay?" So I've come upstairs out the way to bring you the game. We are going to be covering, predominantly watching Australia-Denmark, because France are already through. So it's probably best that we bring you the best of the action, which is where it can all change in qualification. Australia-Denmark is the main one we're going to go for, but we will be keeping you up to date with the Tunisia-France game as well. As it stands, four teams, are already through. As you can see there, the Netherlands will face off against the USA, and they will play either the winners of Group C or whoever finishes second in Group D, depending on who wins in that fixture when it comes about. Also, England qualified, and they face off against Senegal, and they will play either the team who win Group D or the team who win in second place of Group C, depending who wins that match if England get through. But that is the order at the moment. As I say, we are going to be watching Australia-Denmark for the main game. Please do drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and hit that notification bell if you want to be notified when we next go live. Please do keep showing your support. Really does mean a lot. So please do. Let's have a look at some comments then. What am I doing? I'm clicking the wrong stuff here. Let's have a look at the comments then. Doug's in nice and early. He says, "Have a good stream, Daniel. Have a good stream yourself, Doug." I know Doug's streaming at some point today, whether it's this game or whether it's not, or the 7 o'clock one. I'm not sure. But we will be covering both today. We will be covering both. We aren't just covering this fixture. We also will be covering Group C at 6:45. We will be covering that as well. So join us this evening. Let's have a look at the... in fact, did you know that we are on different social media? I don't know whether you knew or not, but we are. We are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, you name it, we are on it. And predominantly, these are the bits where you can find Turf Morehouse. So, yeah, get your comments in. Let us know what you are predicting for the scores. I'm hoping that Australia qualify. In fact, I'm hoping that Australia top the group, because that will be really funny. But anyhow, let's have a look at the teams then. For Australia, Matt Ryan starts in goal. Deganek plays right back with Harry Souttar and Rolls. Behich plays on the left. Leckie plays on the right with Jackson Irvine, or Jackson Irvine, however you want to call him. Aaron Moy and Goodwin on the left. And up top for them is, let me scroll it down a little bit so you can see, is Duke and McGree. Also for Denmark side, we will go from back to front, shall we? So you've got Martin Braithwaite up front, 3 players behind him in Lundstrom, Eriksson, and Olsen. Then we have Matthias Jensen, Pascal Højbjerg, and a back four of Joachim Mail, Nissen, Anderson, Christensen, and in goal, Kasper Schmeichel. Then, if we can, I will try and bring you the team news for France. So bear with me a little second as I share that. That's the one we want. And yeah, so here is the Tunisian side. Darman starts in goal. Mariah, Gandre, and Talbi at the back. Krashida, Shkiri, Ladouine, and Maulul play in the centre with Slimane and Ben Romdani up top. And Wabi Kazri playing just in front of them. The front three for France is Kingsley Coman, Mateus Guendouzi, Kolo Muani. Playing behind them is Tushimene, Fafana, and Veretout. In the back four, we have Camavinga, Kanate, Rafael Varane, and Disasi, and Steven Mandanda starts in goal for France. So interesting setup by France, to be honest with you. Naz is in. Hope you are well, my friend. Hope you are well. And he says, come on, Denmark and France. See, I want the Aussies to come up. I want the Aussies to do it. And I mean, let's just let's get the group up for that game as well. Why is it not coming up? Bear with us, guys. So I need to go on stats. That's why. Fool. I am a fool. Right. Let's zoom that bugger out in so you can see, and we'll share that as well. Share the screen. So as you can see, France top the group at the moment with 6 points. France already through. However, if they get beat off Tunisia today and Australia win, if Tunisia win by 2 goals, Australia top the group. I wouldn't mind it staying as it is, to be fair. It'd be fun to see Australia come through. I think it really, really would. But yes, as you can see, France are concrete to go through. It is between Australia, Denmark, and Tunisia to see who qualifies with France, which is why we are going to predominantly be covering Australia-Denmark game and just bringing you updates from the France-Tunisia fixture. Let's have a look then at some of the stats ahead of this Australia-Denmark game. So behind today. I mean, coming into this match, Australia have attempted the fewest shots with 13 and landed the fewest shots on target with 3 in Group D so far at the World Cup, while their possession figure of 39.4% is also the lowest in the group. Kasper Schmeichel is making his 7th World Cup appearance, equaling the most by a Denmark goalkeeper in the competition, alongside Thomas Sorensen. I do remember that goalkeeper. This is a second meeting between Australia and Denmark at the World Cup. They're following a 1-1 draw in the group stage of the competition last time out in 2018. Australia have won just 1 of their 4 meetings with Denmark in all competitions, winning a friendly match 1-0 in June 2010. They've drawn 1 and lost 2. Australia have lost 8 of their 11 World Cup games against European sides, failing to keep a clean sheet in all 11 matches. However, one of the 3 times they avoided defeat was against Denmark, as we said, the 1-1 in 2018. Denmark are also winless in their last 5 World Cup games, drawn 4 and lost 1 since beating Peru on match day 1 of the 2018 tournament. Following their defeat to France, they could lose back-to-back group stage matches at the tournament for the very first time. Australia are looking to qualify for the knockout stages of a World Cup for only the 2nd time in their 6 participations in the final, having only previously done so in 2006. So it should be an interesting game. As I say, players are out on the pitch. We will be running a little bit behind. Just because we are watching on the iPlayer with me being upstairs, I can't watch it on the telly. So please, 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 no spoilers if you could. That would be fantastic. Let's have a look then at some stats in the Tunisia France game, because we are also covering that fixture for you as well. So do get involved. As I say, do get involved with us. Axel Disasi is the first outfield player to celebrate his very first cap with the French national team during a World Cup game since Gabriel Demichele on the 13th of July 1966 against Mexico. Aged 37 years and 247 days, Steve Mandanda becomes the oldest player to appear for France at the World Cup. Tunisia remain winless in the 2022 World Cup as well. Should they fail to win this match, it will mean they haven't won a game in 4 of their 6 World Cup appearances. The African side have never progressed from their group at the World Cup. So hopefully it will do. France have won one of their last 6 World Cup games, have won each of their last 6 World Cup games. I do apologise. Their longest ever winning run in the competition. Only Italy and Brazil have had longer winning streaks. Tunisia are yet to score from 27 shots in their 2 games at the World Cup. The African side have never gone through an entire World Cup edition without scoring, with this being their 6th appearance. So should make for a good one. As I say, France have made 9 changes ahead of this match, having already qualified. So it seems Didier Deschamps is giving some of his fringe players in the squad a chance to impress. Rafael Varane obviously keeps his place to captain the side. Real Madrid's midfield Eduardo Camavinga has slotted in as a makeshift left back position, which was a bit of a strange one. And Mbappe, as I say, is replaced in attack by late call-up Randall Kolo Muani. So we will keep you updated with what's going to go on. Tunisia, however, did make 6 changes as well, which is very, very interesting. Players have now done their national anthems, just shaking hands and going to make their way into the middle of the park. As I say, the teams there, Matt Ryan starts in goal for Australia. A back 4 of Behik, Rolls, Sutar and Degenek. Midfield 4 in this 4-4-2 of Goodwin, Aaron Moy, Jackson Irving and Leshner, I think it was. McGree and Duke are playing up top. It was Garan Kuol, sorry. Oh no, he's on the bench. Ignore me. The match officials for this one are Algerian Mustafa Gobal, and so are the linesmen. Just panning around to the VAR room. We've got Argentinians, Colombians, and a Moroccan in there as well, keeping tabs on this fixture. I say, get involved in the chat. Let us know who you are predicting. It will be good. And as I say, we will get all your comments up on the screen as they happen. Nat's in. Hope you're well, Nat. Says afternoon or afternoon to your fan self. Hope you are well. Nat says, I'm good, bud. Hope you and the family all sound well. Well, the missus is out. My stepson's due back from school very, very soon. The other 2, I think have, well, Kate should be back to pick them up. Whether she is, God knows. She knows I'm doing this. I've spoken to her since. Pardon me. Nas says, I want Denmark, but I've got to support Ericsson. Fair shout, mate. Fair shout. Dr. Derby says, Iran, what happened? I know. Tell me about it. I had them to finish second in the group, and they just didn't. And Wales. And Wales as well. It just went kaput, mate. It all went kaput in that group. However, this is, as I said earlier, this is the current standings at the moment. If it finishes as it does, France, we could potentially face either France or who's currently second in Group C. I'm not entirely sure. I will have a look very, very soon. But yeah. But England are through, as I say, and face Senegal. Netherlands face USA. We will see how we get on in that one on Saturday and Sunday, respectively, for both games. Dr. Derpy says, I'm so happy USA did it. Yeah, fantastic for them. Great stuff for them. Let's see how long they can keep calling it soccer, shall we? With 30 seconds in here, we have kicked off in this game between Australia and Denmark. As I said, I will keep you also up to date with the Tunisia-France score as well. So do stay with us and we will bring you both as they happen. To be fair, Dr. Derpy says, wait, does Spain play Germany today? It's let me have a look. No, the Group E is tomorrow. Group E is tomorrow night. So as I say, we are covering these games here for Australia, Denmark, and Tunisia, France. 6:45 tonight, we'll be going live ahead of Group C's games. Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Poland, and Mexico all trying to get out of the group. Then we'll be back tomorrow night. Not covering any of the 3 o'clock games tomorrow, but we will be back tomorrow night at 6:45 again, where we will help decide what's going to happen between Spain, Germany, Japan, and Costa Rica. And Friday we will be covering both games as well. 4 games altogether. We'll be covering the 2 games for Group H at 2:45, and also covering Friday Group G's fixtures at 6:45 Friday, because as of Saturday, that is when the round of 16 games come into play. So yeah, should be good. Should be good. As I say, I plan on keeping you up to date with Tunisia against France as well. So do stay with us. We are also covering Australia and Denmark predominantly, and we have had the first yellow card in the game. Aziz Behik has taken a yellow after pulling on Skov Olsen. He pulled him to the ground. Denmark have to win this. Denmark have to win. And I've just seen the yellow card happen now. To be fair, as I say, the stream I am watching through iPlayer, as I am upstairs, I can't watch it downstairs on the box because my kids are due home anytime between now and 3:30. But free kick for Denmark. As I say, please, guys, as it says at the bottom of the screen, hashtag no spoilers. Please don't spoil it because we are a few seconds, a minute behind. If Australia get a point here, that should be good enough for them. We all know how Denmark need to get a win to qualify. Five minutes on the clock. Well, coming up 5 minutes on the clock. Australia nil, Denmark nil. Denmark trying to apply some pressure. Ball out wide. Can Denmark create an opportunity? Played back. Ball played across and intercepted. Jensen can't claim the corner there as it ricochets off his kneecap. It is a goal kick. Brains in says, I say 2-1 Australia. Yeah, I want the Aussies to come. I want the Aussies to do well. I do want the Aussies to do well, to be fair. And Vicky's in. Hope you are well. Hope you are well. Varane and his little buttocks are having a brilliant World Cup. Just saying. I mean, it's all preference, isn't it? It's all preference. But hope you're well, Vicky. Saw the picture you put out with like the Terry Butcher style headband. What went on there? Hope you're all right. Anyway, hope you're all right because I know you posted that. Was it early this morning? But yeah, hope you're okay. And thank you for popping in. Really do appreciate it. Both sides positive in possession in this Australia-Denmark fixture. Both sides looking to get an early goal rather than sit back and look for an opportunity to counter. As I say, France already have qualified. So it's all basically about whether Australia or Denmark can get a result here. As I say, a draw is good enough for the Australians. Denmark have to dig deep and get the win. Let us know what you think the scores will be in both games as well. As I say, we will try and bring you as much as possible of the World Cup. That's what we're trying to achieve. As I say, Saturday I can't bring you. Saturday I may be able to. I have set it up for the Netherlands-USA game, but it all depends on if I am back in time, as I'm helping a friend move house on Saturday. So if I am back before 3 o'clock, then I will be able to bring you that first knockout fixture in the round of 16. We will definitely be covering the England game on the Sunday at 6:45. We'll definitely be covering that as well. And covering the early fixture on the Sunday. Vicky says, I fell over and was knocked out unconscious. Ouch. Was it the gin? Was it gin? Is gin is gin at fault for this? Because me and gin will have words. Or was it wine? It may not even be drink. It may just be that you slipped. But if anyone's to blame, we'll sort them out. But I hope you're all right, though. Like you say, you've had it glued up and being monitored. 10 CT scans. Wow. Wow. You know how most jobs have like an employee of the month? Are you like the patient of the month? Are you the patient of the month? And I say that jokingly, obviously. But yeah, hope you're all right though. Really do. That is mad. That is mad. Just glad you're on the mend though. That's the main thing. Glad you are on the mend. Ball has been in the net at the game between Tunisia and France. Tunisia thought they had taken the lead. but the flag went up. Tushimeni conceded a free kick, which was curled into the box by Wabi Kazri, and Gandre meets the ball at the front post and hits a beautifully side-footed volley to slam the ball behind Mandanda and into the net. But they're stopped by the raised offside flag. So it's still 0-0 between Tunisia and France. And it's still 0-0 here between Australia and Denmark. 10 minutes into this game. Vicky says, who's been your player for England? You know what? I'm going to say it. You'll be happy. I think you'll be happy with this, but it has to go to Harry Maguire. It has to go to Harry Maguire. The first two games, he was solid, man of the match in both for me. This third one against Wales, I think even in the first 45 minutes, he touched the ball more than any other player, as we had to sort of build up, play a lot of build-up play, so we did have to play it back. But I do think that Harry Maguire for me has been the standout player. And Marcus Rashford. And Marcus Rashford as well. I think he's started to come into it a little bit with his 3 goals. Stat for you as well, Vicky, that to be fair, Marcus Rashford is only the second Manchester United player to ever score 3 goals in a major tournament, behind Bobby Charlton in '66. So yeah, he's doing all right. He's Dr. Rash. Vicky says there was gin, but it was mud slopes have a lot to answer for. I remember going to, where was it? I'd gone paintballing. During the winter. It must have been knocking on a good 10 years ago now, something like that. And I don't speak to my dad now, but I was speaking to him at the time. And he, funnily enough, he was shot, and I seen he got shot. So he put his hand up and tried to walk up this mud verge. And because he slipped, his hands went down. So I pretended that I'd not seen him have his hand up. So I decided to just pop, 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 and watch him sort of just constantly go down this hill. It was hilarious at the time. But yeah, mud slopes are dangerous. They are deadly. You think you're all right, and then that one extra move just kills it off. Australia have attempted the fewest shots coming into this match and landed the fewest shots on target in Group D so far at the World Cup. So can Australia also do a lot more in this? They do have the upper hand in terms of the table. There's no wrong with that. Simon's in. Now then, Shaggers. Is it QPR away? Yeah, it's not QPR away yet, mate. It's not. But we are not far off. Not far off. December tomorrow. Yeek. I need to get some of that done. I'd say the word, but there might be little ears in the house. So I don't want to risk it. Naz says Declan Rice. Vicky says Maguire. Interesting. I mean, who would you pick? Who would you pick? Be interested to see who you'd have gone for. As I said, between Maguire and Rashford for me. Harry Maguire, Harry Kane's been dogger. Okay, he's top of the assists, but who isn't going to be top of the assists as a striker that practically plays in midfield? Hope you're well, Henry. Hope you are well. As I say, I am upstairs. I have been rooted and uplifted and moved over into my daughter's bedroom. So my daughter and stepdaughter's room, I am having to do it in there because that's where the internet signal is the strongest. And obviously, I can't do it downstairs due to the fact that the kids are due home anytime soon. Let us know your predictions, though. Let us know how you think the game is going to go between Australia and Denmark, and also Tunisia against France. 15 minutes in to the Tunisia-France game, still level at 0-0. Sorry, 17 minutes. What am I smoking? Still 0-0 here in this one between Australia and Denmark. As I said earlier, both sides really trying to go for it, trying their best, but this result will favour Australia. Denmark are starting to control possession, I will say that, and putting more pressure on the Aussies, but it all amounts to goals in the end, because as it stands in the actual group table, France would top it with 7, Australia would be in second with 4 points, Denmark would have 2, and Tunisia would have 2. But it can all change. One goal can change things. Nippon's in. Hope you're well, Nippon. He says hi. He says big up. And he also says Denmark and France to win. Not a bad shout. Yeah, Brain says Denmark have most of possession, but they can't do anything with it. Henry's waiting for Sunday's game for the ladies against West Ham. I want to say Sunday you've got that game. We've got the England game that night as well. Is it snowing? I can't tell from here whether it's snowing. I mean, it has been ridiculously cold, so it wouldn't surprise me. But God knows, God knows. Glad you're well, though. Glad you are well. Yeah, as you said there, they have had most of possession, but not really doing much with it. Australia coming forward. Bad ball still getting in there, but nah, Casper Schmeichel collects. Nippon says, for England, of course. Henry says, Australia to win and Tunisia to win as France have qualified. Henry says, couldn't be asked about England. Danny up, Senegal win. Shane Mane won't be there. Ooh, I thought you'd be all over it. Sorry about that, but the stepson's back, and I had to give him a shout. He's autistic, so obviously need to let him know that and loves routine. So I just need to let him know I'm upstairs. I'm doing a podcast. It's all right. You do what you need to do. But yeah. Nippon, what question have you asked me? There's no. I can't see a question there. Doug says, "Hi, hope you're well, Doug. Hope you are well. Rich is in as well. It's afternoon, Dan. Afternoon to your bad self, Mr. Cox. Hope you are well. You never know. You never know. I'm not saying it's coming home, but I'm saying you never know. Yeah, exactly. And Nippon, I'm sorry, but that the way you've worded that as well, Dan, I asked you a question. I don't. I'm not being funny, but you have the authority to come into somebody's stream and just say, "I asked you a question." I've looked through the chat. You've not asked me jack shit. You've asked me nothing. And to be honest, you now ask the question. You now ask the question, and you've asked it me about 4 times before. If a Blackburn player got called up, he's called up to the England squad. So you back your nation, whoever's scoring. Whether he plays for Blackburn or not. Did I used to celebrate Shearer's goals when he played for Blackburn and he was playing for England? Yeah. So that's the 4th time I've answered it. But please, I mean, I know that can be taken in so many different ways, but you've not even asked a question. Then you put, Dan, I asked you a question. Like, I'm actually taken back by that. I'm taken back by that. Vicky says hey to Doug. Doug says hey to Vicky. Sam says 7 degrees down here in Leicestershire. Big teams in this tournament have been hot and cold. There's been a lot, hasn't there? A lot of changes in this game, in this World Cup. You know, we've seen upsets, we've seen drama, we've seen VAR controversy, even from the first 5 minutes of the World Cup. It's been a strange one. Has been a strange one. It's all right. It's all good. It's all good. Henry says 6 degrees here. Nas says I celebrated Rashford's goal and he's a Man United player, but for now he's an England player. Yep, there is that. There is that. It says, who do you think will win the World Cup? Originally, I did say Argentina. Don't know why I did. I just randomly generated a thing and I got Argentina, so I've stuck with them ever since. So I don't know. Vicky says, do you think the heat has been a big impact on games such as Wales-Iran? I don't know. It's a strange one because if the heat did have an impact, I think we probably would have seen drinks breaks. And it's weird to think as well that the 7 o'clock games that we were watching, you know, when they were playing 10 a.m., can't get my words out, at 10 a.m., 1 p.m., 4 p.m., and 7 p.m. The 7 p.m. ones in the UK was like 10 o'clock at night in Qatar. So yeah, it probably would have been a little bit more humid. But I mean, for teams like Wales, for teams like England, where we're constantly used to it probably being cold, I just say that it could have had an impact. It could have an impact, but for me, if it was to have an initial impact and be the main focal point for it, we probably would have been looking at drinks breaks. But we've not seen any drinks breaks, not at the moment, unless a player's down and they think, sod it, get a bit of juice into the system. But no, yeah. Don't know what's going on here, but I've just had a message saying it's having trouble streaming to Facebook. Why? Um, let's see what's going on here. Because I don't know what it is doing. Um, so it says was live. What the heck is going on? Oh my days. What is StreamYard doing? What is StreamYard doing? It's kicked kicked the live off Facebook for some reason. Not entirely sure why. Right, let's see what the crack is. I'm not entirely sure what's going on right now. I do apologise. Because it's just being weird. It is being weird. However, we apparently are not now live on Facebook at this moment in time. I've tried to sort it. I don't know what's gone on. Um, but yeah, this is actually really annoying. Right, let's have a look at this. Sorry about this. Don't know why it's being a twonk. Like I say, we're usually live on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitch. Right, what the heck? I don't get it. Right. Right. So everything else is fine on Facebook. Right. Let's log out of this goddamn awful thing. What the heck? Right, let's have a look at some of your comments. Henry says, I agree, Dan. Argentina with Messi or France with Mbappe will win it and England will go out in the quarterfinals. Not a bad shout. Henry says, I think they have drinks if there's a stoppage in play, but otherwise no drinks breaks. The missus is in, drops a massive hi and hi to your bad self. Sam says, Ray, got to get ready for work. Keep up the good work, Paul, and everyone else. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Really appreciate that, Sam. And yeah, please do. We are normally live on Facebook, but for some reason, it is playing silly buggers. So fingers crossed, those from Facebook that do tend to come in and watch, please do jump over to the YouTube channel and watch us on there. Brinton FIFA said there will be no drinks breaks as they have dealt with the heat in the stadiums. Wow. And Dean's in. Hope you're well, pal. He says, hey, Dan, I went for Denmark 3-1 and France 5-0. Don't look like that will be happening. Both close games. And Naz says, hi, Claret and Blue Army, Kate. Yes. The missus is in. Saying a massive hi. And let's try and catch up. Half an hour in to this Australia-Denmark game. And same in the Tunisia-France one as well. Honestly, anything and everything that could have gone wrong just has. I thought you were covering this game, Doug. I thought you were covering the 3 o'clockers. Only you will know about those missing them many talents. But a few may escape the grasp. Would stop and chat, but I have too much going on. Keep smashing those likes and hitting that sub button. It's a man of many talents and you're missing out if you don't. Really appreciate that. So thank you. Dean says Denmark look like they are on a mission, not wasting a second. No, they are going for it. Ah, right. So what, are you at work at the moment? Are you currently in work at the moment? Let us know. Denmark are back in control of this game. Australia did start to get a little bit back into the fixture, but Denmark are back in control of it. The tempo is very slow at the moment as the European team are patiently waiting for that opening. It's like that good old saying, Doug, working hard or hardly working. Brain says there, Ericsson is a shadow of what he was, no impact in the game. You know what? And I said this and I will say it again. I think for me, Ericsson is sort of they've modelled that team around him. They model that team around his strengths, but it doesn't work sometimes. That's why I think Denmark was a lot stronger when he, as sad as his injury was, I think that's why they had that togetherness because they knew they had to rally together. I think you take him out of that side and you'll probably see a better Denmark team. You may not agree, but I'm telling you now, I do feel like Denmark will be better without Christian Eriksen. Looking at the stats in the Tunisia-France game, nothing really to shout about in terms of shots. Both teams have had just one. And Tunisia have had it on target. However, France haven't. Looking at the stats in this one as well, we have had a bit more entertainment in front of goal. Not much, but still a little bit more. 5 shots to Denmark, 3 to Australia, both teams with 2 on target. 70% possession for the Danes. Yeah, they have. From what I read, I think they'd made nine changes, Doug. They'd made 9 changes in the game, and Tunisia had made 6 as well. Tunisia had made 6. Redstone says, afternoon to your bad self. Hope you're well. Dean says, after health issues, unfortunately, he will never be 100%. Nah, I don't think he'll ever be the same player. So like I say, I know he went to Manchester United from Brentford, but I'd have stuck it out with Brentford. I really would have stuck it out with Brentford because we can see sometimes a good player in a team stands out. Grealish at Villa. Um, at the moment, funnily enough, Haaland wherever he's been. But, Grealish at Villa stood out. He sort of stood out for Brentford as that pivotal man who gets, played in the ball behind and, players like Ivan Toney got onto it. But, I just, yeah, I just don't think. I think Denmark would be better off without him now, without sounding, disrespectful to him and what happened. And I think you're right, Dan. Players who have life-threatening injuries are not really back to their best, so maybe he will retire after these games. See, I think he'll try and go on as much as he can. I don't know. For him, he'll have to assess the situation when the season's ended. But we'll see. We'll see. See what he does. Oh. Screaming for a goal in either game. Come on. Give me something. Give me something. Covering two games, and still 0-0 after 36 minutes. As I say, people, I am a little bit behind because I'm watching it upstairs and not downstairs. As you can see, there's no flags in the background. I'm watching it upstairs on the iPlayer because the kids are literally just coming home from school. I do really rate Joachim Mail, the Denmark right back, who's currently playing left back today, funnily enough. I do rate him. He was a player that Burnley wanted apparently a few years ago, but it never came off. Redstone says there, people, please smash and subscribe for your team to win the World Cup. 100%. Dean says, shame about the Ivan Toney thing. I think he would have had a good World Cup. Yeah, I do as well. I do as well. Australia 0, Denmark 0. Tunisia 0, France 0. Tunisia looking the more dangerous, to be honest with you, as well, against France, which is quite difficult, really. Quite difficult game. I know France are already through, but Tunisia still could have a say in this group stage. In fact, a goal for Tunisia and Australia, Denmark staying as it is, Tunisia would go into second on goal difference. So there is all changes to play for. $40 gone, according to the graphic. However, we are a few minutes behind, so we are on only about 38 and a half at the moment. Okay. Australia come forward, shot, cleared away by the Danish defence. Wonder who I'm talking to. Kate just decided to show her face. Ball played out wide. Can Denmark get anything before the break? As I said, people, we are a little bit behind, so please don't spoil it. Um, like I say, with watching on the iPlayer, it is very, very difficult to be up to date with it. What's going on here? Yeah, Bale has lost it. Bale has lost it. As Emery says there, Bale has said he's continuing as long as Wales want him, which is fair enough. Come on. 0-0 in both games. Ah, what a good 45 this has been. Nah. Dean says Denmark chasing everything like a Jack Russell. I wish I could have been bringing you goals, but unfortunately I can't because there has been none at all. France have just looked to create something, but yeah, it's all happening. Tunisia having a lot of the ball. Tunisia have had 2 shots, 2 on target, um, but not much to show at the moment. Just keeping an eye on the commentary. As I say, we are behind, so if there has been anything, if there has been anything, um, then we may just find out a little bit later than you guys already find out. I might have to see if I can get a guest this evening. At least I've got someone to. Not saying that you guys in the chat aren't worth talking to because you are, but when you are watching the game on your own and there's jack shit to talk about because neither game has really carved anything open, you sort of sat there scratching your head, you know, where does the conversation go from here? I mean, looking at it, Australia have got to be happy. As long as France beat Tunisia, Australia qualify. However, if this stays as it is and Tunisia beat France, Tunisia will qualify. What? Right. As I say, just coming up to the added time in the game. We are a little bit behind with them both. But it looks like both teams are going to go in 0-0 unless there is late drama. As Redstone says there, 0-0, 0-0. What could be worse? The same scoreline in the second half and sitting through watching two games that do exactly the same thing for 90 minutes. It's that I suppose that could be worse. I thought France would have scored by now. Definitely need to see something else in the second half. Henry says as well there, where do you stand on rails in stadium for safe standing? Well, it depends where they put the rails, I suppose. And then that's where I'll stand. Whee! See what I did there? But no, I'm all for trialing it, but it has to be monitored. It has to be something that's monitored. I mean, look at the scenes that I showed the other day in Turkey. That if stuff like that happens, then nah, I wouldn't want it. But I am sort of for it. I think it gives fans a chance. They should have like a standing section, maybe. But yeah, I think it'll be good. I think it'll be a good thing. It drum up atmosphere a little bit. Denmark seem to not understand what's at stake. No urgency. Yeah, I'd have to agree. I'd have to agree. It is currently half time in that game between Australia and Denmark, and it is also not far off half time between Tunisia and France. Both games currently still 0-0. Australia, a stat for you at half time, have only won one of their 10 World Cup games in which they were drawing at half time, winning 2-1 against Serbia in 2010. I mean, that says it all. But it is half time now in both games at 0-0. Well said, Dean. Thank you very much, mate. It's a bad idea. Just look at Hillsborough. Yeah, well, there is. Yes, there is that. There is that. Anfield's going to get some in the cup. If Tunisia qualify, I will board a plane to Qatar and I ride a camel. Rather you than me. Rather you than me. As I say, it is half time. It is 0-0 between both games. As it stands at the moment, France, who have already qualified, will be top of the group with 7 points if it stays as it is. As it stays as it is between Australia and Denmark, then Australia will be through. And they'll find out who their opposition will be this evening as well. We will be back for the second half very, very soon. If you could, please do drop us a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and hit that notification bell when to be notified when we next go live. That's exactly what I meant to say. But we'll be back with the second half and some of the stats right after this. So we are back. The second half will soon be underway, and we will be able to bring that to you. As I said, it's just shown the Tunisian goal that was ruled out. But at half time, it is 0-0 in both games. No, let's dissect the half time then in Australia, Denmark. I mean, the first half was largely controlled by the Danes, but still fairly quiet in both boxes. Ryan was forced into a stop after Harry Souttar turned Joachim Mail's cross towards his own goal, but the goalkeeper reacted well to save with his feet. Australia did manage 3 shots on target in the first period, but all the attempts were tame and comfortable for Kasper Schmeichel to save. Denmark did look the more likely to score in the half and probably the more likely to score in this game. They've made us twice as many passes in the final third as Australia. They're enjoying a lot of space in the wide areas, but their final ball has been poor. And Martin Braithwaite, or Braithwaite, however you pronounce it, is just not receiving the service. So big changes needed for Denmark going into that second half. Between Tunisia and France, the first half ends with the world champions looking like a shadow of their usual selves. A much changed France have looked just disjointed at both ends of the pitch. Tunisia is exactly playing like a side who are desperate to win this game at all costs, because they know full well a win will qualify them if things stay as it is. They've had the ball in the net once, but Gandry's early volley was ruled out for offside. Since then, though, they have peppered the France box with several chances, but the net has eluded them so far. And as things stand in Group D, Tunisia are still bottom and heading home. But as I say, the second half is where it can all change. I say, looking at the stats, then we'll stick with Tunisia, France. 3 shots for. In fact, bear with us, people. Bear with us. Just 1 second. Sorry about this. Sorry about that. Something just came up there that I had to deal with. But don't worry about it. Redstone was off, so see you tonight at 6:45 when we are back live. Please do join us then. Doug says, have you heard about the dumb Swede? He spent the whole day staring at a can of frozen orange juice because it said concentrate. But Dean says second better halves to come. Let's hope so. Let us hope so. Soon to be getting back underway, I should think. For me, as I say, we are behind watching it on the iPlayer. So, yeah, it is still 0-0 between both teams. Let's have a look then at the stats. I do apologise. Everything's a little bit disjointed today for some reason. But yeah, Tunisia, France, 3 shots to the Tunisians, 2 shots to France, with 0 on target for the French, but 2 on target for Tunisia. France having the better of possession with 58%. to Tunisia's 42. Looking at the stats then for Australia, Denmark as well, the stats that count. Denmark have had 5 shots with 2 on target, 4 shots for the Aussies with 3 on target. However, Denmark have had considerably more possession with 66% to the Aussies 34. There's been 1 yellow card in the Australia-Denmark game. There has been 1 yellow card between Tunisia and France. Tunisia have had 6 corners, France have had 2, and there's been only 2 corners to Denmark in the game that we are covering. As I say, we are still just waiting for the game to get back to where it was. What the heck is going on here? Everything's going to pot. But hey ho, we move. We move. The missus says the girls are with me, by the way. Yeah, I know they are. I know. I went down at half time, and Mason told me so. And I went at half time. I also listened to your voice note. However, I'm wondering in regards to this question, like everything has been all right today. I mean, yeah, just there's like nothing to say. I don't know what you expected me to say. I've literally done nothing. But yeah, yeah. Dean says work again soon, then I'm off for 3 days. I'll catch you later, Dan. No problem, Dean. No problem. Enjoy work today. I know nobody enjoys it, but catch you later as well, pal. Thank you very much for tuning in. Big second halves needed. Game about to get underway between Australia, Denmark. As I say, I know the game's already kicked off on normal telly, but obviously we are a bit behind, a little bit behind with being on the iPlayer, so bear with us for it. Denmark now kicking left to right. Australia now kicking right to left. Australia have an early corner. Nothing comes of the corner apart from a second attempt at one. VAR has been looked at in the Tunisia-France game. Gary flicks a ball back to Wabi Kazri, who goes down with his back to goal inside the box. The referee didn't budge, but replays have showed that as much as it was risky play, Tushimene did get a good portion of the ball. It is still 0-0 in both games. Really is nothing to shout about. You'd expect at least something in one of them. but we are getting absolutely nothing. Immaculate John's in the chat. Immaculate John is in the chat. He says, good evening. France to win 2-0. Have a nice, warm day. I mean, really appreciate that, mate. Really appreciate that. Not seen you in the chat before, or if I have, it may be under a different name. I'm not sure, but thank you very much for tuning in. Please, please, please do, if you can, like the channel, subscribe if you are new. That really does help us grow. So please, please do if you could. That would be amazing. So we are trying to get to 1K. We are trying our best to get there, and would really appreciate your support. Oh, come on. Either game, just give us a sodding goal. Something to shout about would be nice. I want to see a goal, but yeah, I've seen fuck all. Something to shout out would be nice. Give us a goal, because both games are a bore. I want something to shout about for once. The games are a bore. We just need a goal. Ah, come on. This game needs wakening up. And if it's not got out in the next 10 minutes, then you're going to have to try and wake me up. Again, Tunisia are having a lot of the ball against France. Playing some one-touch football now as well and moving the ball forward with purpose. As I say, if Tunisia beat France as it stands, if Tunisia do beat France, it's still 0-0, but Tunisia would qualify. But with both games at 0-0, it stays as we are. France would be top of the group with 7. Australia would be it through in second with 4. Denmark and Tunisia would be going home. But there is still time for all that to change. Australia have started this second half quite well. They're attacking the Denmark box while stopping their opponents from getting close to their own goal as well. But there is nothing in terms of goals to shout about. Are we going to see the deadlock broken in either game at some point? 0-0, 0-0. Boring, boring, boring. I hope the Group C games are going to be better. I do hope the Group C games are going to be better. Emily says, take care, Dean. Good luck at work. Nas says, we need a goal. Come on, Denmark. Come on, France. See, I'm falling asleep here. The games are just... It's a snooze fest. Nas says, I've seen Sunday League games more entertaining than this. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I can totally understand if the watch hours for this stream aren't really that great. You'd think with covering two games at once, you would get at least something. You know, at least entertainment in one game or something or other, but nothing in either. Oh, for anyone wondering, both teams in this Australia-Denmark game are both attacks are struggling really to find the quality to find the goal. They just rushing passes, touches a naff. Both sides, from an attacking perspective, are making this very, very easy work for their respective defenders. You know, Tunisia absolutely peppering France. Still nothing to show in that game. Milos Dejanek has received a yellow card for a clumsy challenge between Australia and Denmark. But we have seen a goal. We have finally seen a goal. We asked and asked and asked. And at the moment, the goal does come for Tunisia. The pressure The constant pressure Tunisia have been putting on France, they have taken the lead. And it's Wabi Kazri, the striker, who gets on the score sheet. He's been involved in each of Tunisia's last 5 goals at the World Cup. 3 goals, 2 assists. And as I say that, he's now also been substituted. Grabs them a goal and gets substituted. What's all that about? But it is 1-0 Tunisia, which means, as it stands, Tunisia will be going through. Wow. It just goes to show how much it can all change. A goal for Australia or Denmark could have a change on the proceedings as well. But the Tunisians, again, another shock result. Whether France changed players or not, Tunisia also made 6 changes. Let me see if I can share it with you. This is how it would look at the moment. So France, who are 1-0 down, would have 6 points. Tunisia, on goal difference, would be in second spot and qualifying, which means Australia and Denmark would be out, and Denmark would finish bottom of the group. However, that said, there has been a goal between Australia and Denmark, and what a time to get it! What a time to get it! 60 minutes on the clock. And the Aussies are back into second place. Oh, my word. It is all change. It is all change at the bottom. It's not updated yet. It hasn't updated yet. But with Australia leading, Australia have taken second spot. It's only due to France's goal difference that Australia aren't top of the group. Still not updated. I don't know why it's not updated, but oh well. Tunisia have got that goal that they needed. However, Australia will be coming up and through to the round of 16 as it stands. Matthew Leckie has scored his first ever goal at the World Cup with only his 9th appearance in the competition. It was a wonderful solo goal. He sends Joachim Mail the wrong way twice before putting the ball through his legs and slots it home into the bottom corner. No matter what, even if Tunisia absolutely trash France 5-6-0, it makes no difference. They will still only be on 4 points. Australia will be level on points with France. France only top it by goal difference. It's about time we saw something. As I say, There's a player down in the Tunisia-France game who is down with a head injury, so play has stopped for that. You can just not write that at all. Tunisia go 1-0 up against France. Think that they've stolen a march. Fans will be in the stadium. They'll be listening into that Australia-Denmark game. And as soon as they've come back and ready to take the kickoff, Australia had the ball in the back of the net. Can they see this through? Australia have gained a lot of momentum since their goal now and increasing the tempo of this game, surely just to unsettle Denmark. Yeah, Henry, it's just I'm a bit behind watching it on the iPlayer, that's all. So, when I see it, it's a little bit delayed. Nasser's sake. Come on, Denmark, wake up. Both games have goals. The twists and turns of the World Cup are still active. Wabi Kazri's goal for Tunisia makes him the first African player in World Cup history to score in 3 consecutive starts. First Belgium and Panama in 2018 and today against France. But as it stands, that goal means nothing. That goal for Tunisia, that win against France means absolutely jack shit. Because with Australia leading, they've got to hope that the Danes can equalise. I must say, looking at this now, Denmark will be finishing bottom of the group. I bet nobody had Denmark to finish bottom of the group. No, that's true, Naz. That is true. The only problem we have, as I say, is the fact that Australia are just growing in confidence. Matthew Leckie's goal. It was his 14th goal for Australia in all competitions, 5 more than any other player in the Australia World Cup squad. And the Aussies are already starting to run the clock down at every opportunity they can get. Denmark trying to fight their way back into it, but are finding it very, very difficult. Kylian Mbappe is now on the pitch for France. Kingsley Coman makes way in that one. If you remember rightly, Kylian Mbappe is joint top scorer at this World Cup with 3 goals. And he completes France's triple change because Jordan Veretout came off for Adrien Rabiot and William Saliba came on for Raphael Varane. The Tunisians still 1-0 up at the Education City Stadium. Can Denmark get back into this? Two players being readied for Denmark. Oh, at least we've had something to shout about. We asked for something to shout about when we finally got it. Did not expect it to happen as it did. Did not expect those scenes to see Tunisia go 1-0 up, put themselves in a position for qualification, only for Australia to go do the same, literally a handful of seconds later. Ball deep to the back stick for Denmark, and that's a shocking header. A shocking header, that. Andreas Cornelius is on for Denmark. Joachim Mail makes way. So they have tried to go a little bit more attacking, have the Danes. They brought Robert Skov on and took Andreas Skov-Olsen off. It is still 1-0 in either game. Australia looks set to qualify. What a moment this would be for Australia. Denmark having to throw everything at Australia at the moment. Kasper Dolberg. A foul goes against him. Youssouf Fofana is off. Antoine Griezmann is on for France. France trying to put on the big guns now. Will it mean anything to France? Are France still bothered about getting anything out of the game? As I say, they are level on points with Australia, 6 apiece. I've not even updated that Australia score. Due to all the madness, I had not updated that Australia score. I do apologise. France are trying to go for the jugular with another attacking change. What can Antoine Griezmann bring to the party? Wow, the heading for Denmark has been poor. Denmark have been poor. One second, guys. Sorry, people. When duty calls, duty calls. Nature had to take its toll. I couldn't hold it any longer. It is still 1-0 to Tunisia against France. Robert Skov, the substitute that's only been on for a minute, has gone into the referee's book in this game between Australia and Denmark. These games have been bad. Australia have it, trying to grab a second. Can Denmark put attack? They look sluggish. They look so sluggish. It's unreal. Australia. Here's a stat for you. Australia's goalkeeper, Matt Ryan, has completed more passes than any other Australia player in this game. He has completed 23 passes as the goalkeeper. And they are 1-0 up against Denmark. Ousmane Dembele is on for France now. Matteo Guendouzi is off. Denmark got forward. Barr tried to find a teammate with a cross, but his attempt was wildly hit to the disappointment of the Danes and the Danish fans. No, I agree. I totally agree. It has been an arrogant display. So, you know what? You've got to feel bad for Christian Eriksen. The bloke nearly dies on the pitch, comes back, only to see his team getting tore apart by the Socceroos. No disrespect to Australia, but when you look at that group table, Denmark finishing bottom. In my predictions, I think I had them to finish top and France second. How the once mighty have fallen. Emmy says 10 to go, can't wait. No, it could be. I'm not sure on the geography of it all, but you could be right. Would love one. Would love one. Please. Thank you. Thank you. France applying pressure now. Dembele fizzed in across from the right, swerved through the air. And he hits it after seeing the ball late, and it was pushed away from danger. Then France had another chance. Griezmann's corner was met by Disasi in the centre, who headed over from just 8 yards out. Thank you. Australia are slowly retreating. They are hoping to see this game through. However, that could go against them. That could go against them if they do that. Stick to the game plan that you've had, because the Danes are tiring and there's nothing that they can do. I'd keep doing what you're doing. Oh. Substitution for Australia. Mitchell Duke comes off. A change in the Australian front line. Jamie McLaren comes on. Emma says, I was never good at geography either. See, I do enjoy geography. I did enjoy like capitals and doing stuff like learning the capitals of places, but yeah. I mean, if I really think about it, I could say, yeah, that's there or that, whatever, but I'm not. Can he be arsed? Now says off footy training, but I'm listening to you on the headphones, bud. No problem, pal. Good luck at footy training, mate. Go on, smash it. Substitution for Tunisia. They've taken off Anis Ben Slimani, the midfielder, and Ali Al Abdi is on the Tunisian defender to share up this result. Denmark defender Joachim Andersen is the first Danish player to record 100 plus passes in a single World Cup game. That says, cheers, mate. An absolute legend you are. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate you legends in the chat as well supporting. Traveling in a fighter combi. A hippie hair trail full of zombie. I met a strange lady. She made me breakfast. Oh, yeah. No, she took me in and gave me breakfast. And she said, I come from a land down under. When warm and the thunder. A good song that. It's a good song that. Men at Work, isn't it? Wait, Men at Work that sang it. I met the man in Brussels. He was 6'4", full of muscles. I said, do you speak my language? He just smiled and gave me a bit of my sandwich. And he said, I'm going to guess 4 minutes extra time. I don't even know what we're having. But sod it, peas. I'll have peas. Why not? It is a good song. It is. I've probably just ruined it and butchered it, mate, to be honest. Yeah, Men at Work. What a tune. Australia 1, Denmark what 0. Sorry. Also, Tunisia 1, France 0. No, I agree, Torstein. I agree. Denmark do look very tired. They do look very tired. Oh, Australia's goal scorer, Matthew Leckie, is making way for Ashdin Hrustic for the final few minutes. This has been a very bad performance by Denmark. Very bad performance. And to answer Torstein's question, yes, they have. They did change the squad. Did made 9 changes. However, Tunisia actually made 6 changes as well, though. So, you can say what Brain said there. France played their B team, but then did Tunisia making 6 changes as well? They won't. They won't come second due to their goal difference. So France will finish top no matter what happens. There is 6 minutes added on in the Australia-Denmark game. I'm not entirely sure how many's been added on in the France game. It's not said, but Mbappe has had a chance. Australia, as it stands, looks set to qualify with the French. It's in 90+3 between Tunisia and France, but it hasn't said how much was added on, so I don't know what's going on. Two of the 6 played in this Australia-Denmark battle. Eight minutes added on between Tunisia and France. Four of that has been played already. I really don't see much changing between these two sides at all. No, they haven't. They haven't, Naz. I totally agree. I'm sorry if I'm going quiet, but I'm just trying to catch these last few moments. And you were spot on. The Danes just have not turned up. Again, France come forward. But Mbappe blasts his free kick into a strong Tunisian wall. 5 of that 8 played in that one. 5 just been played in the Australia-Denmark one as well. Only a minute left for Australia to hold out. We've had the 6 minutes. We've had 6 minutes. Surely that must be full time and confirm Australia going through. We've seen a goal in both games. Tunisia will not believe their luck. They go 1-0 up, think they're going to qualify, and Australia break their heart. Do Denmark have one final say in this? Looking at it, I would say no. And that is it. That is it. Australia are into the World Cup round of 16. Just waiting for confirmation on Tunisia, France. Surely that one will be finished. I know there was +8 in that one. Just needing that confirmation that it is all over for Tunisia. That's surely got to be it. Oh my word! Oh my word! France has scored. It doesn't have any say, absolutely any say in the game between Australia and Denmark. But Antoine Griezmann in the 90+8th minute grabs an equaliser. I mean, it's an extra point for France. It's an extra point for France, but it won't matter. Tunisia fought to the death. They grabbed a vital goal. Then, just at that point of coming back from celebrating, Australia in the other game went ahead. That game ended. That confirmed Australia through into the round of 16. Tunisian players on the bench were watching the the Australians celebrating from a phone on the bench. However, France have added insult to injury. Wow. I'm shocked at what I'm seeing. I am shocked at what I have seen. In fact, VAR is checking whether the goal should stand. It well could be ruled out here. Griezmann looks offside. He did celebrate doing the Chris Waddle, but this could be ruled out. This well could be ruled out for offside. I'm not sure what's happened here. Because they're saying the game's ended. They're saying the game's ended, but the referee went to the monitor. I'm just waiting to see what gets decided here, because if he has ended the game, surely he can't rule that out. But then yet again, we saw the controversy before. I think it was at Manchester United where something happened and it got changed. But the referee says no goal. The referee has ruled it out. And that is it. It's all over in both games. All over. Brain says there, congrats, Australia. Nas says sake. Brain says VAR. Nas says they can hold their head high, Tunisia. They did what needed to be done on their side, beating France. Henry feels for the Danish fans who have travelled a long way just to see their team make a mockery of the World Cup. I thought it was offside. Referee agreed. Still a good result for Tunisia beating France. Just not enough. Just not enough. As it says, I know you said imagine the Danes scored now as well, but that game is over. Australia have qualified for the round of 16. Let me bring up that vital group at the bottom there. Let me just sort it out so you can all see it. And then we will wrap this up. But there you go. This group, Group D, has finally been sorted. France finished top with 6 points. Australia are through to the round of 16. And it's a sorry goodbye to Tunisia. Even after a hard-fought 1-0 win over France, it is not enough for them. Denmark have put in an embarrassing showing in this World Cup. But Group D is now concrete. France, later on tonight, we'll find out who they will face from Group C, as will Australia. And we will be bringing it to you from 6:45 tonight. I mean, I don't know where Doug is, Henry, but thank you very much for the support. Really appreciate everyone who's been in tonight. If I can ask you one last massive favour, please do like this video, subscribe if you are new, and hit that notification bell to be notified when we are next live, which, funnily enough, will be covering Group C at 6:45 tonight. Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, Poland, you name it, we will be covering it. It did take them a while, didn't it? It did take them a while. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. As I say, we will be back at 6:45 with the games from Group C. Join us then, and we will provide you with hopefully better content than 2-1-0s. Fingers crossed. Hopefully we'll have a guest join us as well. But until then, take care and speak to you soon.